Joey Logano is here. He's the race runner-up. He drives the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske. Joey, certainly it's got to be a heartbreaker. You gave it a heck of a try, a heck of an effort throughout this race, and just talk about maybe that last restart and what you saw.
Yeah, I thought overall the day went well. You come to Indy, it's all about the win. Really, either win or finish last. It doesn't really matter anywhere in between. At least that's the way I race when we come to a racetrack like this. I feel like Daytona and Indy, it's all about getting trophies and rings and making out with bricks. But unfortunately, we come up a little bit short. I'm so proud of our team. It's still nothing to hang our heads down about. We had a good day. Just need a little bit more. Need to find a little bit more speed in our race car. We had really good restarts, able to cycle ourselves onto the front row, which was key. Had a good last restart. Just didn't get the push behind me I needed. When I started pulling out ahead there, I got good drive and was able to get up ahead of him, and then he started pulling me back a little bit with the side draft, and then the 78 was also able to get to his bumper and push him ahead and get him positioned into one, which is really hard to clear him on the outside, but you try. And then got a good run down the back straightaway. I knew my run wasn't good enough to get inside of him or outside of him. Really all I had was to be able to just try to get him offline. And I drove in way shallow on him, just trying to see if I can loosen him up, which doesn't seem to work with this package. I think the extended bumper doesn't allow us to loosen people up to make the pass. And really, but I was just trying to get him to wash up off the bottom and try to get me some air and get the drive off the corner. But he did wash up. But the plan worked. I got him to wash up, but you're going so fast, if you don't have much motor, I go to the gas, and it just wasn't going to accelerate underneath him, and wasn't able to continue that. And then that was kind of my last-ditch effort. I tried one more time just to do something. Got loose off of one, and that was kind of the end of it. So, like I said, overall, it's a good day. Just, second hurts. It always does, but it's always better than third, so I got to tell myself that.
Thank you, Joey. We'll take questions now. We'll start on the front row here, Bruce Martin, and then go to the back, and then over here to Kenny.
Bruce Martin, Race Day on Fox Sports Radio and also NationalSpeedSportNews.com. Did the new rules make a difference, or is it still kind of back to the drawing board on that as far as this track?
For the most part, I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I was inside the car and can't really see much, but really, to be honest with you, it looks like you got 3 laps to make something happen. After that, you kind of spread out, and it's hard to make the pass. The draft on the straightaway is obviously larger for sure, but doesn't make up for what we lose in the corners. So it's hard to make it happen somehow. I think we can fine-tune the package and maybe see something different, but for the most part, it seemed like Indy out there to me. Restarts are chaos and a lot of fun. And then you got to just make the most you can on the starts. And the strategy was king. I thought it was. At one point, I got lost. I didn't know what was going on. Caution came out. I said, Todd, I don't know what's going on out here. Where am I? What's going on? Where do I line up on this whole thing? And really all you can do is just pass as many cars as you can. Just go as fast as you can and let the strategy work out as a driver, and let the people smarter than you in the pit box make the calls and figure that stuff out. I know my role.
Other questions that go to the back row? Go ahead, and then we'll come over here to Kenny.
Kyle Bukrevsky, the fourth turn. With it being as hot as it was inside the car today, does NASCAR need to change anything to make the cars cooler by Michigan?
I would like that. I got a huge blister on my foot. I know that, so that hurts. I think the extended bumper cover on the back of these things doesn't let the air flow underneath the car like it used to without it. And I think it just builds the inside temperature. I'm still sweating like crazy. I got sweat in my eyes. But, I think that just lets the in-car temperature get hot. So maybe it's something different with that, or mandate a couple of driver hoses, I think would be a good thing. Personally, is if we can get something to cool the drivers a little bit better. After watching the Xfinity race yesterday, I think it got all of us Cup guys a little nervous because the race is longer. And, I know we did a lot of things to our car to try to keep the driver cool, and I'm sure everybody else did too, but it just isn't enough. It's just too hot inside those cars. So, and obviously when we put air inside the cars, we're going to give up performance. So if we can mandate it and make sure, make everybody have it, it's not a penalty. It's another way to add drag, which is a good thing. That's what we're trying to do with this package anyways.
Go here to Kenny, and then we'll go to Jared.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Joey, does second here sting worse because it's Indy, because you won the Daytona 500? I mean, if you finish second last week or if you finish second next week, would it be any different?
The worst part is the same guy beat me the last 2 times to finish second. I mean, I'm glad he's back and all, but geez, Pete, you didn't have to come back like that. Man, we've been working our guts out all year, and he comes right back and doing it. But I know he's been working hard getting his foot back together. It's impressive what those guys have been doing too, man. That's amazing. The run they're on. Obviously, he's definitely going to make into the chase, and he's going to have some good points when we start. With I think he's got 4 wins. Is that 4? Golly. But yeah, it hurts more. Just because it's Indy, right? Like I said, it's all that matters when you come to these racetracks is winning. And obviously, with the guy I drive for, he really wants to win these races, and you don't want to let him down. And I'm sure it stings for him just as much as it stings for me. He's been coming here a long time and deserves to get a win here. And I wanted to be the guy and be the team to give it to him.
You also mentioned speed and horsepower, and your crew chief mentioned that when I talked to him out on the grid. I mean, is that totally? I mean, is that a horsepower thing? Is that where you guys feel like you're lacking on this size track?
Yeah. Well, when you add drag, you're on the throttle more, right? Because and then we also have less power than we had last time we were here. So when you're on the throttle a lot, your car's kind of topped out, right? It's kind of as fast as you can go. So you're not slowing down much in the corners, which means you don't have much throttle response when you go back to the gas, which, the drive off, and that's how you kind of accelerate underneath somebody, and try to do that in the short shoots. Our cars don't have that right now because of the power that was taken away. And that's what we're racing. That's and it's okay. Don't take me wrong. It's not a bad thing. We're trying to work down a way to make our package the best racing we can get, not only on 1.5 miles, but 2.5 miles or short tracks. We got to go all these different directions and figure it out. And it's hard because for the draft to really come into play, I think you got to be wide open all the way around. And if you're not wide open all the way around, then handling's going to come into play, which means you need clean air in the corners. So it's kind of like in between right now. We kind of need one or the other, I think, with the package to make close, tight racing, I believe. That's my thought, but I don't know that.
Jared, go ahead.
Yeah, Jared Turner, FoxSports.com. A couple quick things. Where would you rank this in terms of career disappointments? And then,
thanks.
Yeah. Sorry.
Golly,
and then secondly,
man, I didn't crash.
Right. And then secondly, coming into today, Kyle had never won any of the. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Coming into today,
keep it coming.
Yeah. Kyle had never won one of the big 3. So my question is, how nice would it have been to have denied Kyle, one of the big 3, because obviously he's a rival.
I don't care who we beat as long as we win. I want to beat everybody. I want to deny everyone to a win because that's what our job is. Good for them. They're a great group of guys. I've known them for a long time. A lot of them was my Xfinity team when I was over there. So they're a great group of guys. I'm friends with most of them, so I'm proud of them. It's really cool. I'm jealous of them also because I want to be in that victory lane right now. But it hurts. And is it the all-time biggest disappointment in my career? No, it's not that bad. I can think of a lot worse things that could have happened today. I'm still walking. I'm still breathing. It's a lot better than some people are doing. So, I count my blessings and thank God for that.
Let's go to Bruce, and then we'll go to Stan.
Even though it hurts, as a fellow competitor, is it fairly remarkable what Kyle Busch has done considering, this is like Peyton Manning with the neck injury winning the Super Bowl. the next year. What he's done since he's returned, it's a better performance than he did before he got hurt.
What's he, 4 out of 5 last 2 races? Yeah. That's pretty damn good. It's all right, I guess. Apparently he's been watching while he was getting ready, and he's a man on a mission, that's for sure. Just got to hope we slow him down a little bit before Chase starts, you know. Right now it's fun, and we're just trying to win races and having a good time. And here in a few weeks, it's gonna get very serious. Not that it's not right now, but it's gonna be very serious when it comes to Chase time, and the pressure is gonna pick up, and that's when we're gonna find out who has the strongest team and who's the strongest willed guys out there. And I'll put all the money in the world on my team.
Stan Creekmore with RPMtonight.com. Joey, have you and Roger been face-to-face yet? Now, after
No,
the
I
end
haven't
of the...
seen him. No,
Oh,
he
so
talked
you're
to me on the
hiding
radio.
from him?
Yeah, I was just angry on the radio. He was happy, so he's saying I did a good job, which I know it stinks. And a lot of times it's hard to take the high road when it stinks. But Roger's a great leader, and he's a great guy to have on your side. And I haven't got to see him yet. I'm sure I will when I get out of here.
Any other questions for Joey Logano? Joey, heck of a show here this weekend, and continue best wishes and good luck next week at Pocono.
All right, thank you guys.